I've personally coached over 1,000 clients, over 100 of them being entrepreneurs, business owners, online business owners, high performers in their field, to get in the best shape of their life and optimize their health and performance. And I would say there are 3 traits every single one of them follow to be in the top 95% of them. There are some reasons why the majority of them don't succeed and aren't able to do it, but I've noticed 3 key traits as to why they are able to do it without spending hours in the gym, without disrupting their busy schedules, and without being at the detriment of their business growth. In this video, you're going to learn these 3 traits, and I'm going to go over them in thorough detail so that you can do exactly the same. So I'm going to delve in to my screen here on my laptop, and we're going to delve into the 3 key traits. There's absolutely no reason as why by the end of this video you can't do exactly the same. I'm going to go over a 3 to 4 step process as to why it's so important, what you should do and what you should not do to actually achieve these goals as well. As you can see here, I have studied thousands of clients, including 100 plus entrepreneurs, business owners, as I said before, 95% of them doing the 3 things with their body, health and performance that others just simply do not. So before we go on, what do you think the 3 most important traits are before we start? I just want you to pause this video and just have a few seconds to think what the 3 most important traits are before I delve into it. And then at the end of this, I'm actually going to tell you how you can discover the exact one thing, the exact problem which is stopping you from getting into the best shape of your life, performing at the highest level each day, and optimizing your health. Because if you follow these 3 traits, there's absolutely no reason as to why you can't do the same. And I have worked with clients who have businesses such as an IT consultancy business, a guy who I work with who had over 100 employees, or all over the UK, Europe, and in India as well. I've worked with local franchise owners who work with loads of employees as well. So they're really busy people and they didn't have time to spend in the gym themselves. They didn't have time to spend doing it all themselves. They wanted to outsource it to someone else. Generic trainers and when I say trainers, I mean personal trainers, generic nutritional diets, general health advice will not work for people like you. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, high performer, etc., you have to do things a little bit different. You have to break the mold a little bit if you want to achieve this without being at the detriment to the business. I'm assuming if you're a business owner, you want to be performing at the highest level. I'm assuming that you want to grow your business, but I'm also assuming that you want to be in the best shape of your life and you want to have a long health span and you want to perform at the highest level every day. So number 1 is they are proactive about their health and they get a health analysis. So they know their body. They stay on top of their health with regular checkups and tests. They know that understanding their body's needs helps them perform better. So what do I mean by that? So I've spoken about this in other videos. This means getting a thorough health checkup. They understand their biomarkers. They understand everything about their health. They're not people who will just go into their routine blind without thoroughly knowing their current health markers. Guesswork is not going to be something they do. These are top entrepreneurs and business owners who rely on data. They aren't someone who just look for a general bit of advice and hope for the best. They know the data. They have a foundation of where they are currently at. They have a goal of where they want to get to, and they make smart choices. They use health data to make smarter choices about what they eat, how they train, and how they live. And that's what I do with all of my clients. I make sure that we do a full health analysis. I cover it. I've teamed up with a company who can do this for them. They take a blood sample and it can essentially just get their full health markers so that they know exactly what they need to do. So I had a client come to me about this time last year, and he said, what do I need to do to get in the best shape of my life without feeling like I'm spending hours in the gym, without being at the detriment of my business? I want to grow my business, but I do not want to be spending hours in the gym. I don't know what to do. And I said, right, well, do you know your markers? What is your current situation at? And he said, well, I don't know. Do I need to do my health markers? And I said, why do you think that you feel like it would be necessary for you? And he said, well, I guess it would be useful to know where my BMI is at. And I was saying, look, the negative effects of not knowing where your health markers are at is that we don't have a foundation. We don't have a reference point to go off. Why wouldn't you want to know your thorough health markers and know exactly how your body is currently performing? If you do not know this, we don't have a foundation and we don't have a reference point to go off. So I said to him, let's get a full health analysis. And then in 12 weeks' time, so 3 months, once we've set the foundations, we've got some good progress up and running, we can then do them again and we can see how much you've improved. We're going off data here. We're not going off some generic advice. So that's trait 1, proactive about their health. Trait 2 is they're efficient and strategic. So I'm going to refer to training and nutrition in here. Workout hacks, they find workouts and plans that fit into their busy lives. I've said this in numerous videos. No spending hours in the gym, just quick, effective sessions. 3 30-minute sessions per week should be enough and will be enough for 99% of people and entrepreneurs. No pissing about. No spending an hour and a half in the gym, half an hour looking at your phone, half an hour just looking around on the equipment and just having low intensity sets and workouts. That is not going to get them results. They want to be in and out the gym as efficiently and as quickly as possible, but still obviously getting the results that they want to achieve. 3 30-minute sessions per week and just getting in and getting it done. They do not waste time on ineffective workouts or spending hours in the gym, as I said, when they can achieve the same results in less time. I had a client come to me who was a busy business owner. He was running a web design agency. It was only a small business. I've spoken about this in another video, and he wanted to get in the best shape of his life. He wasn't in the best situation in terms of headspace. He'd just come out of a long-term relationship and he was someone who was quite down, but he was spending all of his time on the business. And he thought that to get in shape, he had to be spending hours in the gym. And he said he'd been following the program, which had him on 5 to 6 days a week, and he was at an hour and a half sessions, but he felt run down, he felt sore, he felt tired, he felt low on energy, he wasn't sleeping very well, and it was at the detriment to his business. Not only was it at the detriment to his business, but it was at the detriment to the shape, the body composition he wanted to have. So I said to him, right, the first thing we need to do was to drop his workouts from 6 to 3. 30 to 40 minutes, absolute max in the gym. Resistance training, so full body sessions, hit with intensity, every muscle 3 times per week. Again, nothing too crazy, doing too much volume. And he said that, why do I need to do that? Shouldn't I be spending a lot more time in the gym? Shouldn't I be doing much more exercises? He thought that to get the results he wanted to, he had to be spending hours in the gym. And the reason he thought this was because that's what's all online. It's about intensity, it's about long workouts, it's about being everyone else. You are not a normal person if you're a business owner and entrepreneur. You can't be spending 8 to 12 hours per week on training and nutrition and doing it all yourself. You want to be as efficient as possible so that you can spend the time working on the business, but performing at the highest level and being in the best shape possible. There's absolutely no excuse as to why you can't do that. And the next one in regards to nutrition is easy eats. They keep the nutrition game strong with meal plans that are easy to stick to, even on crazy work days or when traveling. So for example, if you're a business owner, you will have days which are just back-to-back meetings. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're fulfilling the actual client needs if you're a service business, for example, or whatever it may be. The last thing you want to be doing is spending hours in the kitchen on the evening when you get back, or even at lunchtime, or in the morning cooking breakfast. You do not want to be doing that. You want to be efficient. You want to eat foods which are healthy and actually going to work for you and your specific body and your dietary requirements and towards your goals. Everything is about efficiency and making it as optimized as possible. So you might be thinking, what is the trait of highly successful entrepreneurs who get in amazing shape? What do they not do in regards to the nutrition? They don't rely on unhealthy fast food. That's pretty obvious. Or skip meals because they're too busy. This is massive. A lot of entrepreneurs I've noticed do this. I had this one client who wouldn't eat in the morning, and then he would have at lunchtime a few snacks, like he'd go to the shop and get a sandwich, and then he would have nothing else. So by the time he got home from work at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, all he'd had was a sandwich, an unhealthy ham and cheese sandwich. So he'd get home, he'd raid the cupboard, he'd grab a handful of nuts, he'd have some crisps, he'd have some biscuit, and then he'd have his dinner, and then he'd have some dessert after that. All because he wasn't efficiently managing his nutrition. It got to the point where he was just starving on an evening, which meant his energy was low, which meant it was at the detriment to his overall personal life with his family as well. The most efficient thing entrepreneurs do in regards to their nutrition is they optimize what they're doing, they eat foods they enjoy in a time-efficient manner, and they do not skip meals because they're too busy. They don't do it. They plan ahead to make sure they're eating the right things and they're doing it consistently. They know that it works for them. because they've done a health analysis, they know where the foundation is, they know what foods they enjoy, and they know that they're making progress. So that is trait 2. Trait 3 is their well-being, their overall recovery, and their lifestyle. So let's touch on recovery first. They get that rest is key. They understand they need to rest and recover from their busy work days. They track the sleep and make sure they're getting the downtime they need to recharge. They track sleep data like they track the money for the businesses. So they are meticulous about knowing exactly how many hours of sleep they need to get. I've said this before in other videos. What I said to all of my clients is that we want to go through the 4 to 5 simple steps of optimizing sleep. So number 1 is having your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. Number 2 is no more emails, no more work 2 hours before bed and staring at screens. Number 3, no more bright lights 2 hours or an hour and a half before bed. Number 4 is to set a bedtime routine. So that's reading, for example. For me, I love reading fictional books before bed. It takes my mind away from the day-to-day grind, the day-to-day work, and having my mind actively racing. I highly recommend that around an hour before bed. And number 5 is just setting an actual sleep time, like a non-negotiable sleep time. So for example, for me, it's 10 o'clock. I'll always have my lights out for 10 o'clock, if not 9:45 rarely. And I know for a fact, if I followed the 4 previous steps, I should be able to get sleep pretty quick. There's absolutely no reason. If I'm just scrolling on my phone, I'm not going to get good quality sleep. So that's what the highly successful entrepreneurs do, who get in amazing shape, optimize their health and performance. So what do they not do? They don't ignore their need for rest and recovery. Burning the candle at both ends is an absolute no-go for them. The last thing highly successful entrepreneurs want to be doing is burning the candle at work, also burning the candle at home as well. It's just something which is not ideal, to say the least. And then chilling out. They manage stress with things like meditation, mindfulness, and make sure they have a good work-life balance. I know it can get a little bit wishy-washy at times, and there are times for some deep, hard work. I'm not saying that you're only working hard, because you do. But as we know, as that old saying goes, it's all about balance, bro. Because it is. And they know that staying calm and collected helps them stay on top of their game. If you are someone who is constantly spinning the wheels, they're not sure what they need to do in the gym, and you get home and you're researching this, that, and the other about optimizing your health and performance, but you're trying to work on the business, you're not optimizing your sleep, you don't have good nutrition, you're not efficiently training with, a few hours per week in the gym, you are not going to be performing at the highest level. It's as simple as that. But they also understand, the highly efficient entrepreneurs, that they need to take time out as well. What do they not do? They don't let stress build up without addressing it. They know that unchecked stress can derail their performance and health. How many times have you had something which is going on at work or in your personal life which has made you very stressed, and you've felt that it's at a detriment to your overall business and your health, and you don't know what to do about it? A lot of entrepreneurs recognize this and make sure they're getting on top of it before that happens. So that is the 3 traits. To summarize, the trait 1 was they're proactive about the health through a health analysis. Trait 2 was they're efficient and strategic with their training and nutrition. Trait 3 was the overall well-being. They get on top of their recovery and their lifestyle. So you might be wondering, how do you discover that exact problem which is stopping you from getting in the best shape of your life, performing at the highest level each day, and optimizing your health? Well, as I said at the start of the video, what you can do is take the free body and health and performance quiz, which is linked in the description. It'll take you 2 to 3 minutes. Again, it's completely free. It'll go through a few questions about your current health, body and performance, and then it'll give you a full review on areas that you can actually improve. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.